Hey yo, how you guys doing? Do me a favor before we get started on this whole thing, right? Subscribe, like, or hate, and share this video. Um, we're trying to get our numbers up. Thank you very much, and enjoy this broadcast.
Yo, there they are. Good morning, America and the rest of the world. Xander J. Hobson here. And this here is another segment of The Devil's Advocate, brought to you by the Brilliant Artist Movement. The Devil's Advocate is a segment of Hell for Leather News, so that you know, in case you don't know. So it appears as though the sharks are coming after Kevin Samuels. I saw some footage about Kevin Samuels' ex-wife saying that he was a deadbeat and he's behind in child support and things of that nature. And we have to take that with a grain of salt, because a person could miss one child support payment and they be behind, in child support. So all it takes is one, And I was listening to some of the YouTubers. I seen the angry man saying, why is it that when a black man becomes successful, there's always a black woman waiting in the shadows to bring that black man down? And my answer to the angry man and anyone asking this question, why is it always a black woman waiting in the wings to bring a black man down, is when you don't know how to treat people and you're mean and you're petty and you carry all this hate and resentment around in a relationship, and the relationship eventually fails as a result of that old baggage you're carrying. That's why you see the black women, or any woman for that case, gentlemen, coming after guys like Kevin Samuels. I know you all heard it before. Hell has no fury like a woman scorned. And again, if you see my very first, well, not my very first, but if you see my video, what Kevin Samuels didn't tell you, I speak about trying to take the higher road when you're dealing with a woman, guys. You have to. If you make the breakup ugly and you don't take the higher road, women can get back at you a variety of ways. And one of the ways they can get back at you is through child support. Another way they can get back at you, if you are the kind of guy who's going to rise to prominence in the public eye, guess what? If you was a rotten guy, hey man, they could tell the world how rotten you were. They could tell the world how you beat them and how you mistreated them. So again, all of this is a result of a man not conducting himself like a man. Again, gentlemen, my edict is women and children can make mistakes. Men can't. Women are to be loved, cherished, and respected. That's the reality of it. And again, this is not me attacking Kevin Samuels. I don't have to attack Kevin Samuels. The spiritual whistleblower is attacking Kevin Samuels. The poor black man is attacking Kevin Samuels. Leonard Roy is attacking Kevin Samuels. Even this guy with a beard and some sunglasses is attacking Kevin Samuels. So this is not me attacking Kevin Samuels. This is me telling other men that you must learn from the mistake of men like Kevin Samuels and other men who didn't treat their women right. And then when the woman has the opportunity to stick it to you, she sticks it to you. So again, this is all about being a full-grown man, taking the higher road sometimes, even when we don't want to, even when they did get over on us, and even when we do feel the notion to do something vile and vindictive against them, hey man, you gotta roll on that, bro. So that's where I'm at on that. Why do women attack men once they rise to prominence, and in particular black women? That's why, when you don't conduct yourself like a man. So that's my take on that. I'm not going to touch on Kevin Samuels possibly being a charlatan, because I see a bunch of videos about Kevin Samuels being a charlatan. And the only thing that I'm going to say to that is, I hope that Kevin Samuels isn't a charlatan. I honestly and truly hope that Kevin Samuels is everything that he say he is. Kevin Samuels puts out a great message in most cases. He has some things that I don't agree with, and I made videos about them. But for the most part, Kevin Samuels' notion of bringing men and women together and getting married and living happily ever after is a good thing, and I think is needed, despite the harsh way he might deliver his message at times. But I will use this as a teachable moment about lying. Folks, in this day and time, if you are trying to work a con on someone, you're going to get caught. Because today, with the day's time, all a person have to do is punch your name up on Google and they can get your information. So that's the main reason why it doesn't pay to be a liar. But the second reason why it really doesn't pay to be a liar is because it's immoral, and when you get caught, it's probably one of the most embarrassing and humiliating things one will ever experience, is to get caught in a lie. And the more people you lie to, the worse it is when the lie is finally disclosed and you have been exposed as a charlatan. Now, I'm gonna tell a quick story before I get out of here about being a liar. I'm at the VA one day, me and my wife. We're both veterans. And when I come back from checking in with the nurse, this guy is sitting there talking to my wife, older gentleman, African-American fella. And, you know, as I sit down, I hear the guy telling my wife about how he was this kick-ass and take names Vietnam combat veteran. So, you know, I'm sitting there listening to the conversation, and the next thing you know, this white dude comes up and he sits, you know, right in the area where we're talking. And now me and my wife and the white fella, we can't help but to hear this guy because he's talking to my wife. And again, he's talking about being this kick-ass and take names combat veteran. So in the meantime, right, I'm sitting back checking out the scene, because that's what I do when I'm in a crowd of people. I keep my mouth shut and I observe. And I see this exasperated look that crosses the face of the white guy. And finally, the white guy can't take it no more. And he puts down the magazine that he was reading and he starts looking at the guy. And as soon as he gets the guy's attention, he says to him, he says, "You over in Nam, huh?" Like that, right? Well, right now, I could see the look of panic on the guy who was talking to my wife's face, because now he's being called on this bullshit. And the guy says, "Yeah, man, I was over there." And the white guy say, "Oh yeah, what unit were you in?" Like that, right? So when the guy gave the unit, the white guy like looked at him as if to say, "You're a lying piece of shit." And then the white guy said, "Oh, okay, cool." Then he picked his paper back up and started reading, right? The white guy. Now at this time, the black guy done shut the hell up after this white dude done asked him what unit he was in. All that macho, gun-ho, Vietnam shit that he was sitting there telling my wife, oh, he ain't have none of that no more. His conversation was over with. White dude sat there and looked at the paper for a split second, and then he looked back up at the dude. He said, Yeah, man, because I was over in Vietnam, man. You know, I was over there, man. I done and saw a lot of that stuff, man. And I don't mind telling you, man, I was probably the scaredest guy in Vietnam. Now, I told you all this story for this one important reason. You never know when and where you're going to get caught in a lie. That fella had probably been telling that same Vietnam story for years. But on this particular day, when he least expected it, somebody came up and caught him in a lie and pulled his skirt up about it. I'm done with it. Bam!